All right, Trevor. A few days removed from Boulder 70.3. You got the dub.
Yep.
How are we feeling? Where are we at?
Yeah, so today is Wednesday morning. It is, I think, a little 9:30, June 12th. Out here at Centennial Middle School track. Out here with is it the Boss Heart team? Is that how you say it?
Boss?
Team Boss. Team Boss. Emma Coburn's group. Super cool to see all those people. Emma Bates, Emma Coburn, Gabby Jennings, a lot of really cool hitters. I mean, I feel like every time we film here, it's going to be a recurring theme that there's hitters here, but literally, like, Emma Bates is about to run by faster than I ever have, and yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, out here we just did a quick track workout with Charlie Lawrence, probably one of the best track workouts I've done since being on the team at Florida. We were ripping 9:30 2-mile repeats on the road. Pretty fast, faster than I'll ever need to run in a 70.3. But it was great. Just took a few days, easy. Sunday, just did a super easy 25-minute run. I really want to do more than that, not because I really wanted to train, get benefits from that. I know the importance of like active recovery sessions after hard efforts and hard training, and I just couldn't get myself off the couch. And ended up doing a 25-minute run because that was all I had time for, and I was walking. I was in rough shape, and had another easy day too, Monday, and then I had a pretty big 6-hour day yesterday. Now getting back to the swing of things. Usually, my best friend Stu, he's probably watching this, and he's like my best friend, triathlon advisor. He's a fellow age group racer himself, like 4 low and 70.3. But anyway, we all we do is talk training and bounce ideas off of each other, and he knows me like very well because he has the outside perspective of how I feel coming off races. And I called him on my cool down right now, and he's like, "Are you obliterated?" And that's always the word I use. And I'm like, yes. So like usually I feel like I get better actually. Like my HRV actually goes up, my resting heart rate goes down after races. It's a very weird thing. I actually felt really good yesterday, but it's like that onset fatigue where I woke up this morning, and if I wasn't meeting Kenny and the boys here, I was gonna die. I was in rough shape. So yeah, but ended up just doing what I could, and trying to stay on the gas relatively intelligently, if that makes sense, because we got another 70.3 to do. We've got 2 Ironmans to do, and a whole freaking 6 months of racing. I mean, freaking Worlds is in literally 6 months. If it's June 12th now, 70.3 Worlds is December 16th. That's 6 months. So long time to go still. But that was a long little, whatever. But yeah, feeling good.
So what's the next 70.3? And then you also mentioned 2 Ironmans.
Yep.
Can you share that with us?
Yeah, so I'm on the fence of doing 70.3 Mont Tremblant. On the fence for a few reasons. Personally, I really want to go race. Obviously, when you get injured or whatever, you're sidelined, you really appreciate, exercising pain-free, being able to race, not being on the sidelines. So I'm healthy, I'm fit, I have a great homestay. Mont Tremblant is a fantastic place to go. I would love Soph to come. Kenny's going to be there. Lionel's going to be there. It's going to be a great field. It's a great environment. So it's going to be hard to kind of pass up, right? Obviously, I'm fully invested in the Ironman Pro Series. Yes, I know it weighs heavy to Ironman races, but I mean, God forbid one goes bad. I'll have another 70.3 to lean on. This will be I think this is the last North American 70.3 of 2024. If you want to go pick up more Pro Series points, you're going to have to go down under or way across to Europe. So yeah, we're going to see how this week of training goes. I'm not, like I said in the last video, we didn't really taper for Boulder and rolled the dice, and it worked well. And I'm just going to continue to train high. It's hard and a lot. I think I'm one person that I don't really necessarily need to train hard. Yesterday was very hard, but I'm someone who thrives off of just training, just riding my bike in the mountains, swimming a lot, running a lot, stuff like that, which I don't think is too strenuous, but because I think you can get injured doing stuff like this, running too fast. But if you just go run 90 minutes, that's a great stimulus, and the risk for injury is not as high. So yeah, we'll see. And then Lake Placid's the big goal with Ironman Frankfurt. Hopefully we're going to get the KQ at one of those races. Obviously they're going to be massively competitive because both Pro Series races, one's a European Championship. So hopefully we can sneak on to top 4, top 5 there, get the KQ, and just get more valuable Pro Series points. Because in the end, I want to try to be in it for the win and at the end. So
Training at altitude now that you've been here for a bit, are you feeling what are the effects that you're feeling compared to sea level and back in Tucson?
Yeah, I think, so I've come to altitude twice now. The first time being last year, I didn't come for all too long, just maybe 2-3 weeks. This time I'm living here for the whole summer. I think I'm going to stay long term, but that was in Coburn. That's super cool. Yeah, so last time when I came from Florida. So I went from 0 feet to 5,500 feet, destroyed me. It was ridiculously hard. Being at Tucson is like 3,000 feet. Yes, I know that's not like altitude, but like maybe 1%, I don't know. But like it's not as massive of a jump from 0 to 55, it's 3 to 55. So I really haven't felt that much of a swing in my like workouts, paces, stuff like that. But I think I haven't taken a blood test or anything yet, but I think I'm responding super well to it. I had one of my best races ever. I'm training really well, so I think I'm just kind of eating it up, I guess, if that makes sense. I mean, those also fantastic people I've been training with. We'll get into race here in a second, but it was a great race, and yeah, I think the only thing you have to be worried about at altitude is the recovery, but I think I'm monitoring it every night with a Whoop, HRV, resting heart rate, all that kind of fun stuff, and it's pretty stable. So.
Okay, let's get into the race.
Yeah, I did 70.3 Boulder Pro Series race. It was my second race of the season. Yeah, and it was a super stacked race. Obviously, it's always going to be a stacked race here in Boulder because everyone lives here, right? So it's just an easy race to do. There's some unknown factors like Chase McQueen and a few like ITU people that were going to be pushing the pace on the swim. I've really been working hard on my swim all season, and it finally clicked a little bit. I was only, I think, like 10 to 15 seconds down from like the main second pack that contained people that I've literally never swam with in my life, like that swim like, in the 25-minute group or whatever. And I lost them like instantly in the first 400 meters. I was like, I could see them right there. They were like 5-10 seconds ahead of me, and they stayed 5-10 seconds ahead of me the entire race, which was fine because I knew that was the majority of the race. But to be only 3.5 minutes down from the likes of like a Chase McQueen, Greg Harper, Sam Appleton, Matt Sharp, I mean, some of the sport's like best swimmers. I mean, last time I've raced those guys, I've been upwards of 4:30, 5:30, 6 minutes down sometimes. So that was a massive step in the right direction. And also too, I know I'm getting better as well, because I've always said this of like, whatever, even if I'm 4 minutes down, I would like to just be 4 minutes down and not have a heart attack while coming out of the water. Like at least have the swim be somewhat easy. Like in my last 2 years as a professional, I've just always been, last out of the water getting the pity clap, but like I have a heart rate of like 300 and I'm like want to die. So at least now I'm like getting closer to the front and it's not as hard. So that's just a double whammy. It's great. And also too, I guess the third point, when you swim well, I don't want to sound like cocky, but like the race just gets so easy. Like it's nuts because I'm into the top 10 within 20 minutes or so. And granted, it's not a worlds or a PTO race, but like I'm getting closer. Like I'm in the hunt. There's still good guys in the race, but it just makes it easier immensely too. Because you're like, I saw Soph out there on the whiteboard, and she's like, "Oh, bro, you're 5K into the bike, and you're 3 minutes down, and you're in 8th place." So like then you're catching fire. You know what I mean? Because then I'm seeing Matt Hansen and Big Mets not even 20K into the bike, and I'm like, oh, fantastic athletes. I'm passing them 10 minutes in the bike. So then I'm catching fire, and then you can slowly see the police sirens off in the distance. So yeah, and then moved on to the bike. Dude, this year, like, I don't want to sound like a salesman, but I am freaking moving on my felt. And I have ridden a lot of other bikes. I've spent money I don't have the last 2 years on thousands and thousands of dollars of bikes. And again, the felt might work for someone, it might not work for another, whatever. It just thankfully fits me really well. I'm riding it really well. I have a great like one-piece custom front end. I have great like wheels. Like the whole thing is completely optimized. I've been working with Nick from Wove, who lives in Boulder. Yeah, I think he's been over at our house like 5 hours a week, like just constantly tweaking things. I've taken it to Gav, the mechanic here in town, to change gearing and stuff like that. Like I go pretty all in on the bike. Like I literally change my gearing and my bike stuff for literally every race, because every race is different. I don't like to, keep time on the table. And when I did the course with Metzler on the Friday before the race. We did 6 by 10 minutes at race pace, and I only had a 56 tooth chainring on, and I noticed I was spinning out a little bit, and that was pissing me off because that's just like, why would I not be pedaling if I can? So I got a 60, and just like I did in St. George last year, my bike was optimized for the downhills. I mean, because if you can have big gear, no fear. If you can have a big gear and not cry going up the ups, like you're gonna be taking what's yours on the downs, like, because that's literally science, physics, whatever you want to call it. Like if someone else does not have the same gear as you will ride away for them because they cannot physically pedal with you. You know what I mean? So I put a 60-10 on my bike. Going down Hygiene, I was going about 53 miles per hour for like a sustained, section of time. It was nuts. My bike, like, have you ever gone that fast on a bike? Like, yes, there's a little downhill and it's kind of like a little false flat downhill. When you go that fast on like a flat, my bike is going bzz, like it's humming. It's nuts. Like you hit one little rock or a little gopher runs out in front of you, you are done. But let's just hope that doesn't happen. So it was great, and then ended up catching the front of the race pretty much at the end of the first lap. Saw McQueen in the penalty box, gave him a thumbs down. I was super upset for him, but then I knew there was only going to be 2 people up the road, so it's easier to break 2 people than it is 3. I knew it was really important to catch them at that time because Sam Lawn, a good friend, I just happened, we were texting back and forth a couple days before the race, and I just asked him some advice for the race because I did want to take his bike course record, and he was very open and helping me try to do that. So super nice guy. And yeah, that part, the second lap where you go up J and then go up, I think it's 36 or whatever, that's like 20 minutes. It's net uphill. So if you can be bringing the power, onto the second lap, you're going to be destroying people. And I happened to catch right around there and put in a massive move for like 5-10 minutes, got a gap, and I knew like bike racing is pretty easy in the terms of like once you have the gap, you're good. It's just really hard to open that gap as something I didn't commit to fully in Chattanooga. I did all these freaking half-ass moves in Chattanooga where it's like, oh, I'm gonna do 300 watts and try to break away, and you get like a 10-second gap, then everyone comes back. No, dude, you need 500 watts so you destroy everybody. So that's what I did. Got a gap. Came into the transition 2.5 minutes up on the lead, so it would be Nick Quinnett and Sam Appleton, and then I saw my sister. Yeah, saw my sister at 1 mile into the run. She said I had 5.5 minutes onto Mount Hanson. Then I saw Julie Dibbins, a good friend of mine, also Mount Hanson's coach. So it was very nice that she was helping with time split. She definitely didn't need to do that. But she told me at like 3 miles in, I was still 5.5 minutes up. So I was like, and I was looking at my watch, and I'm running 5:20s, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm doing that, but I'm just keep rolling with it. And then I saw Soph at the 5 mile mark, and I was like 5:15 up. So I'm like, I'm doing good, you know what I mean? But I knew I was running a pace that probably wasn't sustainable. Got to the second lap. I really started to hurt from mile 7 to like 9. I knew Sophie was going to be posted up on the top of Monarch Road right before we make that turn up the hill. So said I had 4.5 minutes on Hanson with 4 miles to go. So that's like 1 minute and 7 seconds a mile. So let's just call it a minute a mile. So I said, all right, if I run 6-minute miles, 6 flat, and he runs 5 flat, you're gonna have a sprint off with 0.1 to go, and I'm gonna take myself in the sprint. So I basically, like if I would run a 5:40 mile, I would have to minus like 40 seconds from the gap. And so I was just doing that in my head. And then I got to like 11.5 miles, I was running down a hill, and I felt the calf starting to go, like starting to zzz, zzz, and then I felt the hamstring, and it was going. And I don't know if we have footage of this. I think Kenny was there. Did you see me walk?
No.
Okay, that's what I'm getting to. The hamstring started to like zzz, zzz, like that Charlie horse feel, and I'm running the math in my head real quick. I'm like, all right, just walk up the hill. Like I didn't want to walk up the hill, but I was like, all right, it's okay. Walk up the hill. You have 2 minutes on them, and you only got 1 mile to go. But I started going up the hill, and I was running slow, but I wasn't walking. Hamstring went from like this long to like this long, like convulged. And I was like, oh no. And the camera crew's like right there filming it, and I was like, not like this, dude, not like this. And I had to stop, like stretch it out for a good 20 seconds. I had to walk for another at least 10 just to massage, work through it, and then just really baby that downhill, and it finally went away. And now we finished, grabbed the tape, full of anger, wanted to rip the banner in half, just like Lionel. And I did, and I got the win, got a perfect score in the Pro Series points, so super fortunate for that. And yeah, it was great to have Kenny there. Charlie was out there. My mom was there. My sister was there. Thankful that Soph was out there. And yeah, it was great. It was a great team win. I've had a lot of people supporting me all year. So to come away with a big win like that really meant a lot for everybody.
And after 2 races, where are you ranked now in the Pro Series?
Yeah, so I am ranked 10th now in the Pro Series, which is great. I mean, that's because now I have 3 more scores to get. Hopefully they're Ironman scores, and getting close to that $250,000 first place prize purse, baby. So, but we'll see. I mean, top 5 would be awesome. Top 10 would still be good, but obviously gonna go for the win. But we're just gonna do what we can. Ironman is a mother, so we'll see if I can muster it out. So yeah, like I said, awesome team win. Saw a lot. It was a 2-loop bike course. I think I probably passed 2,000 people on the bike. Pretty much everybody I think was yelling at me like "Go Trevor" and stuff. That was super cool to see and hear. And yeah, we had a lot of athletes racing this weekend too. Everyone did great. So yeah, I think we're building a great team, a great culture, and yeah, I just really appreciate all the nice comments and texts and emails and all the whole 9 yards. So see everyone in Mont Tremblant, if not Lake Placid, and yeah, just thanks for watching, and talk to everyone soon.